The fall of Eminem. Here's what exactly happened. So we're breaking his music down into two parts. We have before relapse and we have after relapse. And relapse being in the middle because it's going to prove to be the catalyst on why this shift actually happened. Now, there were three major traits that Eminem's writing had back in his earlier days. You had a smooth flow, you had clever word structure, and you also had dense content in all of his music. The Way I Am, Superman, Lose Yourself, Bonnie and Clyde, Mockingbird, all of those songs and a bunch of others during that time contained the traits I just spoke of, which helped propel Eminem to the celebrity status he is now. And you can even make a case with The Way I Am being regarded as one of the best hip-hop songs of all time. And then we get to Encore, which is Eminem's last album before his hiatus. And I get it, a lot of people don't like this album. However, lyrically, this album still contains a lot of the traits that old Eminem's writing style still had. So Eminem goes off, he dips for a while, and during this time period, a lot of shit happens in music. Specifically, the rise of Kanye West and Lil Wayne. And these guys are going to prove to be very important towards the direction that Eminem is going to take his music, and I'm going to explain why. So Eminem comes back after 4 to 5 years and he drops Relapse, an album that people absolutely hated. Although doing commercially well, due to the reception of Relapse, Eminem has now become aware that the landscape of music has officially changed. No longer is the dark tonality of his music captivating his audience anymore. And instead, people have become more engrossed with not only a more flashier aesthetic, but a more flashier type of writing. You had Kanye, who brought in a more softer side of rap, showcasing your emotions, being more vulnerable in your music. This was not really prevalent when Eminem was on the rise. And I think it's also important to state that because Eminem came up during a time where the music was more club and party centric, he was able to benefit off of being that artist that people could go to who necessarily didn't really gravitate towards that music. However, now it changed because of Kanye. And then the skill level of rappers changed immensely because of Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, who brought in punchlines and metaphors and a whole bunch of more flashier writing that really was never seen before. So then Eminem drops his Despicable Freestyle, which was a teaser for Recovery, and then Eminem drops Recovery, and then the transformation to the current Eminem has finally happened. Now you have an Eminem who implements a lot more singing, a lot more punchlines in his raps, something that really wasn't there in his earlier writing. The beats are catered more to a pop-centric audience. You have features with Rihanna, features with Pink, people that Eminem would have never collaborated with in the past. Also where the quality of his writing takes a fall too. Eminem being much more focused on delivering that clever punchline instead of just going back to structuring words in a clever way to deliver that dense contextual message. And this will be something that remains consistent throughout all of Eminem's albums going forward. Then you get into the lyrical miracle phase of Eminem, which is him just trying to rap as fast as possible with not really saying anything at all. And I grew up on Eminem. He used to be one of my favorite artists, but to say his lyrics and his music is anywhere near how it used to be back in the day, that's a complete fallacy.